have to admit that I see you all the time in Heroes, and I saw every episode of The Sopranos, and I didn't realize that you were one and the same. I
was the same person. Yeah, most people don't actually. I don't know why.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe I just look different every time. I don't know.
If people remember, you were AJ's girlfriend who had a kid in The Sopranos.
Yeah, The Sopranos was awesome. I mean, I got to work with an amazing cast, you know. And I'm from Jersey. I'm from, you know, West New York, East Coast, and I think everybody that's from the East Coast loves The Sopranos. No,
well, everybody loves The Sopranos. You'd have to be a real jerk not to like The Sopranos.
And I played Blanca, who broke AJ's heart.
Yeah.
And I liked the role. It was kind of like.
But this is the crazy thing, is that I heard that you initially you said no when they wanted you to audition?
Okay, no, that's not exactly how it happened. I found out, a friend of mine actually knew somebody that, the casting director, Sheila Jaffe, who cast The Sopranos. So finally, like, she got my contact, and she called me, and she was like, you know, what happened? You know, we wanted you for this role, and we wanted you to come in and audition for this role. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't hear. So my agent, I found out my agent at the time.
Before you had him whacked?
Basically.
What did he do?
Passed on The Sopranos.
So they called.
How do you pass on The Sopranos? I'm like,
wow.
And you know, at the time I had gone from, like, you know, I just finished doing X-Men, and I was like, you know, I'm just doing TV. I mean, I'm just doing movies.
Movies, right?
Yeah, movies. Yeah. And then they were like, you know, you know, I guess they passed on TV, and I was like, but that's not TV. Come on. That's HBO.
Right, exactly, yeah.
It's not the same.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you knew somebody there.
I knew somebody, and they called me, and I went in and basically auditioned, and then by the end of the day, I had the role of Blanca.
When you are on Heroes, how are you able to turn your eyeballs black? How do you do that?
It's a lot harder than what it seems.
Do they put contact lenses in, or?
No, it's actually it's actually a very difficult process. You know, it's every single scene, and especially last season. Last season, I had to cry a lot.
Every time you cry,
there was a lot of crying.
Something terrible happens to all the people around you.
Yeah, I basically kill everybody.
Yeah,
so
right.
you don't want to make me upset.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
No, they take they do a plate of my eyes, really a close up of my eyes for every setup behind green screen, and I have to cry real tears, and then every tear that you see running on the screen, it's my own tears, and they kind of, like, in post turn them black. So you have to gradually see me have the black eyes and then eventually cry.
Wow. What do you think of to cry? How do you make yourself cry?
What do I think of to cry?
Yeah.
I have a lot of material.
Really?
Let's just say that.
All right. All right. Well, that's, yeah, because that's to be able to just sit there and cry.
But you know what's cool about this season? I'm not crying a lot. So that was,
that's good,
you know, I think they figured out a way to not have me crying every single time, because it was a lot. It was stressful.
There was, yeah, I would think so.
It was stressful. Every single day I would get to work, and I'm like, oh.
And now you're in a cocoon at work. You're trapped in a cocoon.
They're definitely making me earn my money.
Is it worse, or because it seems to me like if you're in a cocoon, you don't have to learn any lines. You still probably get paid the same, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would like to do this show in a cocoon.
No, you don't.
No?
Trust me.
Really?
You're like basically covered in goo, and it's cold, and you have to stand in an uncomfortable position for the entire
It's like
day.
me in the bathroom. Yeah. I'm really sorry. Where's your family from?
Dominican Republic.
And when did they move? How old were you when you moved here?
Well, my parents actually moved out here when I was 6 months old. I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic, raised with like 7 or 6 of my cousins. So we were definitely getting creative.
And then
at
you
a
went
very
and
young
rejoined
age.
your family at what age?
When I was almost 10.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I lived with my parents, which I was very disappointed, because you know what? I totally thought the United States of America, like, you know, they lived in the U.S. and I lived in the Dominican Republic, and I was like, oh my God, so my parents are totally rich. You know, they have money, and I come here, and I remember like it was yesterday. Like I was landing, when I was in the plane, and I was looking down, and it was beautiful. I landed in New York City. It was full of lights, and I was like, oh, finally, you know, I get to have money. And I'm driving towards Washington Heights. That's where I grew up. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh my God. what happened? Like, I hope like we keep going and we get to the nice house. And we finally pull up 169th and Broadway, walk up to a 5th floor, and that's when I realized I was poor.
Oh, really?
I was like...
Is that what you think of when you need to cry? It seems like a good choice if you're going to go with anything.
Oh, absolutely.
And now you're in this movie. Quarantine turned out to be a big hit.
Yeah, Quarantine. You know, it's if you're in the mood for something creepy and scary, and a good date movie too, because you get to bring your girl. And I know I was in the movie, and when I was watching it, I was like, oh my god.
You realized scared?
I was holding on to the guy next to me, like, oh my god.
Really?
Yeah.
That must be scary if you're actually scared and you were there on the set.
Yeah. Exactly.
Either that, or maybe you're just very emotional. You know, it could be one of those two things. Well, good. Well, congratulations on everything going so well for you. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
And if you want to see Dania, you can go to the movies and see her in Quarantine or on Heroes Monday nights at 9 on NBC. Dania Ramirez, everybody, with Michelle Williams.